if you guys watched my Sunday Reset collab, my allergies were going nuts this weekend and I sounded awful. And listening to myself now, I'm doing a lot better, but I'm breathing my nose, which is great. But I think it's allergies are trying to flare again. Hi, Mel. Melinda Plain and Simple is here on the chat. Hello, hello. I'm currently having my first coffee of the day. Um, and once again using my Team Tiny Tidy mug because I own 3 mugs. I'm doing pretty good, Mel. How are you? So I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, much better than I was this weekend. This weekend, I really had to force myself to rest and do as little as possible. Because when my allergies are... Oh, I'm so glad you're doing good, Mel. When my allergies are that bad, to where it sounds like I'm really sick, um, if I don't rest enough, I will get really, really sick. So I have just been resting and doing as little as I can to make sure that I don't get actually sick and it's just my allergies being and my mast cell flaring. Which usually means my voice sounds weird because I have breathing issues. And so I get wheezy and my voice gets weird. But like I was saying, when I downsized, I got rid of a few of my mugs and I just kept my most special mugs. So I have this mug. I have my mug with the F word on it, which you guys have seen on my YouTube channel before. But I decided that because even though I have this marked as not for children, I do have a lot of people who watch me who have children. And as you well know, children will like to pop in and see like, hey mama, what you watching? So, hey daddy, what are you watching? And so I decided it would be best not to have a mug with the F word on it showing on my channel. Just because, if the kid can read, they don't need to be knowing and learning that. So my other 2 mugs are my Christmas mug, which will only come out at Christmas time, and then my Team Tiny mug. So whenever I do a video and I'm drinking something, the Tiny mug will be it. Oh, I'm glad you think so, Mel. Yeah, I want to be thoughtful and considerate. I know with how things are now that, or if you grew up in a house like mine, hearing swear words and cuss words isn't uncommon, but I'm choosing not to add to it, at least on social media. But I have this, I'm calling this live Embracing the In-Between because, oh, I'm glad you appreciate that, Mel. Yeah, no, I really want to be respectful. I also really need to blow my nose. Hey, Michelle. Hi. How are you doing, Michelle? So I've had these thoughts going through my head. No, just really bad allergies. My allergies have been going nuts, and I've just been resting as much as I can because with my body, if something's starting to act up and I'm starting to have issues, if I don't rest or if I do too much, I will end up sick. So we are avoiding that, like, we are avoiding the plague, and we are taking care of ourselves by resting and not doing too much so my allergies do not turn into being sick. Because just no fun. But I wanted to come on here and talk about embracing the in between. And I was going to save this. Oh, hi. Tell Diana I say hi back. Oh, I wish you could join. I miss Diana. Oh. But I'm glad you and Michelle are here. But I wanted to come on here and talk about embracing the in between. Oh, you got testing today too? Oh, resting. Yeah, you're resting. Resting is good. Yeah. Doing these lives, um, is not resting for me. This takes it out of me. But I had these thoughts, and I wanted to get them out while they were still clear in my head. And I'm like, well, I could record this for Thoughtful Thursday, but I wanted to have a conversation with you guys. I wanted this to be a discussion and not just people commenting, because I mean, that works too, but I really wanted this to be a conversation. And and so if you're just listening to me, that's fine too, but I'd like this to be a conversation about embracing the in between. Um, so right now, there, I've had a full size mattress on the queen size bed I got because the mattress I could afford that I wanted is being shipped. So I've just found out this week that it's finally getting shipped, which is fantastic. But I ordered it like a week or so ago. So I'm very fortunate that when I moved here last month, that they had a frame and a mattress for me to use, and to because I told them before I moved that I would supply my own bed and mattress, knowing I'd have to either have it ordered and get here when I arrived, or if it took longer, having it not having something, having to use something else until it arrived. So I'm very fortunate financially and with my body that they had something that I can use until what I needed arrived. So I used their frame and the full-size mattress for a while, and then for a few days. And then the bed frame I ordered arrived. So that got put together, got moved where I wanted it, and the full-size mattress got put on, and it's what I continued to use until the queen-size mattress that actually fits the frame arrives and can go on the bed. I have the lamps sitting back there, unused and put together and just waiting for when I can have the money to get the nightstands. So I can have nightstands and lamps next to the bed. If you've seen my previous videos, if you want to go back and watch them, you'll know that I have my large suitcase on the floor next to my bed to use as a temporary nightstand. to put stuff on, because if you deal with chronic illness issues, you know, um, you just, there's just stuff you want next to your bed. There's stuff you need next to your bed. There's stuff you want next to your bed. And I have these grand ideas. I could just have a table with a lamp on it next to my bed. And I've quickly learned that that's not for me. And I need storage and a spot to put things next to my bed. And like my switch, if you've seen my other stuff, you know, I keep plugged in on the floor on the other side of my room. And my closet, I did not buy organizers for. I did get hangers because they had plastic hangers in the closet for me to use, but I prefer the velvet hangers. So I did get velvet hangers, but didn't buy a laundry basket, didn't buy organizers to put things in. I'm basically using the laundry bag I use when I'm traveling, and I use packing cubes to put the different undergarments and types of clothes in. So, I think it's next week. Is it next week? I will have been here for a month. And you know, I used the nails that were already in the wall to hang my art. And once I have the nightstands and the lamp set up, then I want to move where that art is. That's just a temporary spot because there were already nails there. But all this stuff, you know, having things not perfect, having it, you know, the decal that's on the wall, the shelf that was already on the wall, you know, just instead of, you know, making things exactly how I want it right away, leaving that stuff up and just letting it be and letting it work for the room for now. And, you know, with life, yes, it's good to get things as you go. And that is one financial tip I can give you. If you're on a small budget or you're poor, one thing is you can find really nice things for cheap. The quality necessarily isn't cheap, but you can find them for cheap. If you really look. Like, as far as queen bed frames go, it does give you, you are so right, Michelle, it gives you little bits of happiness throughout the year doing it bit by bit. You know, if you have the money to do it all at once, and you know exactly what you want and you're sure about it. Hi Ashley, welcome! Okay, Ashley from Her Homemaking Heart is here. Her and I are new YouTube friends. So, and Michelle from My Everyday Wife Life, and Melinda from Melinda Plain and Simple. All their channels are amazing. So, if you're watching my live, and just go check those three out because they're all very supportive. They're just three awesome ladies. But just know, you know, you don't have to have it all at once. You don't embrace the in between, embrace the imperfections. You know, just whether your living situation is temporary, how you have things set up is temporary. embrace it, accept it, live with it. Um, and it's really, really healthy. Sometimes we can get stuck in a rut. We can get stuck in this rut of, I need to have things a certain way. I need to have things be perfect. And lives are so much fun. Actually, you should definitely do it. I highly recommend it. Um, but we can get stuck in this rut of wanting things perfect, of wanting everything set up right away. And that is usually me. I mean, before my body got bad enough to where I was permanently disabled, um, I very much like things a certain way. I wanted things to be perfect. I wanted things to be set up. I did, I get very impatient, and I'm like, I need this now. It stresses me out, causes me anxiety if it's not. And every once in a while in my life, God, whatever you want to call it, decides to, yes, you have to live in space to realize you actually need. That is absolutely true, Michelle. And you know, you want things. You just want things perfect. You want things set up. You want things the way you want them. And sometimes life, God, whoever decides, you know, you're not being realistic. You're not, you know, you're getting too set in your ways. Time to switch things up. And I'm still waiting for stuff where I lived before to sell. I mean, luckily, where I lived before, my old roommate. Well, it's so good that you guys are saying hello to each other in the chat. My old roommate, stayed at the place where I lived before. So they're like, you can leave the stuff you're trying to sell here, and we'll just, help you sell it. And that whole situation's been frustrating. Talk about being in limbo. I mean, I haven't even had messages of people interested in that stuff. And I'm like, this stuff I'm selling is really nice. It's not, and it's in really good shape. Like, I take good care of my stuff. So having it not sell, it's just frustrating. But this move and having things not sell and having my room the way it is right now has really forced me once again to embrace the in-between, to embrace things not being done, to embrace imperfection. And if you're like me and that's hard for you, you, you just gotta work on accepting it. Being like, hey, this is not gonna stress me out. This is not gonna cause me anxiety. Yeah, no, embracing the in-between is hard, actually. It really is. And sometimes you just gotta do it. You gotta learn to adapt, and you gotta learn to do it. My coffee's gone. I need more coffee today. That one cup is not gonna be enough for me. But yeah, just really embrace it and accept it, and every once in a while in life has done this to me where it's put me in situations where I've had to, like with my chronic health issues, I've had to throw planning out the window. I mean, I used to plan and prepare weeks in advance. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've had chronic health issues. I've been disabled my entire life. I was born with it. It's not going anywhere. It's genetic. I've always had to adapt and adjust. It's the way my body is. There's no getting around it. I mean, I didn't walk till I was 4, so basically up to that point, I kind of scooted or people carried me. And even after I was, by the time I was, walking, even as a young kid, my stamina, even then, wasn't great. So if we were walking around and I got tired, people would still carry me. Adults, kids older than me who were strong enough would carry me. But even then, I could still do enough. I could plan and prep and do things weeks in advance. I could, if somebody said, hey, I'm inviting you to blah, blah, blah. I could say, yes, I'm going, and go. Now, when I make plans, I'm like, hey, I might cancel on you last minute. Or, hey, I don't know what my body's going to be like that. I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to do it. Which, it stinks. But it really shows who your true friendships are. Because people could get annoyed or get tired of it, and you just sometimes stop getting included. They just don't want to deal with it. But it's all about adapting and embracing things not being perfect and being okay with it. Like, one of the things, besides not having the room set up fully the way I want, one of the things I had to accept was that I've been living here for a few weeks now, and I didn't sweep this room until yesterday. And I've been here for a few weeks. And you need to embrace, and sometimes embracing the in-between means embracing your body and embracing what you have the capacity to do, and moving, and all the stuff that leads up to moving, getting settled, all that. If you have, it takes a lot out of you. Chronic illness issues or not, it takes a lot out of you. And luckily for me, these are laminate wood floors and not carpet. If it was carpet, I'd be vacuuming on the regular after I got here. But having somebody do it, because stamina be whatever. With my dust allergies, there was no way I could go weeks without vacuuming. But luckily for me, these are laminate wood floors, and so I went weeks without sweeping. And you know what? The floors weren't that bad. I keep my doors closed to my room and my bathroom, so all the dust and dirt and whatever's going on in the common areas does not come into my room. And then because of my dust allergy, I don't do a lot of surfaces and keep things, pretty basic. So there's not a lot of dust and dirt and stuff collecting in the bedroom, which will be the case even after the nightstands and stuff are set up. But I'm on the windowsill. Yeah, no, it's just, you gotta, yeah, no. And that's the thing, is with the in-between, with not being able to necessarily clean as much or as often as you want, just know that, one, the mess is still going to be there. Oh, well, that's the other thing, is I haven't dusted the blinds or the windowsill since moving in. And they really need to be wiped down. My allergies would probably be better if I did it, but I haven't had the stamina. And that's one thing I have to remind myself, is that, the dust is still going to be there. The dirt is still going to be there. Your dirty sheets, dirty towels, dirty clothes, they're still going to be dirty. And, having things set up as temporary. Oh yeah, no, when I moved in, the dust on the ceiling fan was caked on like facing here. And that does yeah, do what you can, absolutely, Michelle. Do what you can when it comes to cleaning. Because all the dust, the dirt, all the cleaning is still going to be there. It's still going to be there, whether you do it when you think you're supposed to do it, or when you actually get it done. And that's not the in-between. It's the in-between of the in-between of it needing to be done and when you get it done. And embracing it and being okay with that in-between and being okay with just letting the dirty stuff be dirty until you can get to it. Embrace that, adapt to that, be okay with that. That's something that disability has really taught me. Because I used to be like, I don't like to say I'm OCD because I'm not diagnosed, but clean freak, OCD, whatever you want to call it, I used to be very much that, to where the slightest bit of dust, the slightest bit of gross, and I was wiping it down, I was cleaning, things just did not get bad. I mean, wherever I was, I wanted it to look immaculate at all times. Sorry, my nose. Allergies. I had to sneeze before. I was trying to hold it off, but I needed to sneeze. Yeah. So, like when I've had a surgery or when I'm in a health flare, embracing the in-between means either, if you're able to, great, and you can have somebody help you. If not, embracing it means that in between of, hey, you're not able to do it, and you can just do a little bit here and there when you can, or just wait until you are able to do it. And if your space isn't exactly how you want, if your cleaning's not where you want it to be, just know it's okay. Know that it will be one day, and your space still looks your space, if it's not where you want it to be, it still looks nice. It may not be where you want it to be, but it still looks nice. And cleaning and not being able to clean, and being in the in between of having to wait until you can do it, having to wait until you can organize the way you want, that's okay too. And if you're like, well, people are gonna judge me, what if somebody comes over? Whatever. The people who care about you aren't gonna care about the mess. They're not gonna care that your space is dirty. They're not gonna care that your laundry's not done. They're not gonna care that your dishes aren't done. They really aren't gonna care. And and if they offer to help, if they offer to dust for you, if they offer to do dishes or vacuum or help you tidy up or whatever it is, if somebody offers, take it. Accept it. Be okay with it. And thank them, Thank them for offering, thank them for doing it, and yeah, no. Yeah, no. That's right, no. If they do care, they can go home. But, your true friends, the people who truly care about you, aren't going to judge you. They're just going to be super understanding. If your kids' toys are a mess, whatever it is, people who care about you aren't going to care what your space looks like. They're really not. Like, your space can be imperfect. You can be missing things. You can have it dirty. You can have it untidy. Whatever it is. And the people who care about you are not going to care. It's not going to matter to them. They're just going to want to see you and spend time with you. Yeah, see, I'm the person who offers to clean too. Yeah, no. If they're being judgy, yeah, then they can just go home. But if somebody offers to help you tidy up or clean or whatever, accept the help. And if, and if your life's too busy or you don't have the money or whatever, don't feel bad if you can't do something for them. When you can down the road, when you're able to, if you want. But normally people who offer to help are just doing it out of the kindness of their hearts, and they don't expect anything in return. At least that's what I've seen. If they're doing it out of to expect something back, then you gotta wonder. But it's just normally they're just doing it out of the kindness of their hearts, and they don't expect anything back. So don't feel guilty if you can't do something for them in return or give them something. Because the people who offer they just want to help. They just want to be nice. And the judgy people, you gotta question that relationship if they're judging you for how your space is. Because it doesn't matter. Like, I have friends who have kids, and there are times where I'll go over there and, the house would be a mess or it'd be dirty or whatever, and they'd apologize. I'm like, it's okay. You've got kids, you're busy, it's whatever. No, same with me. Actually, my mom would and still does pitch in and help to this day, and she passed that down to us kids. Um, yeah, watching someone's kids so they can clean is a great thing to do. It's wonderful, Michelle. Um, and sometimes that that's all you need. Is sometimes you just need, like, you're like, okay, well, I have the I can partially do this, but you know I need help finishing it, and that's okay too. Um, yeah, no. Oh, it absolutely is. Um, Being able to, like, I've done that where, or people have done that where, it, like at one point when I was younger, I babysat for this lady, and she worked from home, so she was home while I babysat, but she just needed somebody to take care of her kid and keep the kid distracted while she went in and closed the door in a room and got work done. So it it was just she just needed that little, because she was a work from home mom, and she just needed somebody to take care of her kid while so she could get some things done. So that can be really helpful. Yeah. So know that getting help is okay. Asking for help is okay. Um, and if you don't have help, if you're on your own, know that the dirt and the mess and stuff, it's gonna be there. Whether you do it right away or whether you wait until you can't do it, it's gonna be there. And embrace that in between of when it's not done to when it's done. However long that is for you. Are there some things that would be harder to clean if you wait? Yes, but it will still get clean. It will still get done. You know. And I had considered getting temporary tables to put under the lamps so I could start using the lamps. But then I realized, and that's kind of what made me want to do this live, I said, no, I'm going to embrace the in between. I'm going to embrace things being incomplete. And instead of spending the $10, $15, $20 on like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist tables to put the nightstands on next to my bed until I can spend and have the money to get the nightstands I want, I'm just going to embrace having the lamps sitting over there waiting to be used and not having nightstands and continuing to use my suitcase as a temporary spot. Oh, you're welcome, Mel. Good luck, Mel, with whatever you're doing today. I'm so glad you joined me. Love you, friend. Ooh, that's 6 people in the live. Yay. Hello, everybody. Oh, and it's already 40 minutes long. Holy, time flies when you're having fun. Yeah. So Michelle's talking about how she helps somebody and then how she doesn't do as much anymore, but somebody else does it. And that's the thing is if you're ever like helping, like doing something and you're not able to help as much or you just stop helping or whatever, don't feel bad because there are times where sometimes you're helping somebody and then you stop helping and then they get to the point where they can just do it themselves, or you stop helping and somebody else is able to step in and help. So don't ever feel bad if you're helping less or you stop helping, because from my experience, usually it works itself out. Usually somebody else steps in or that person is able to do it themselves. So when you guys go back and you watch this live and you comment and everything, if you feel comfortable, tell me if there's anything that's in between for you. Whether it's in between because it's something you have to wait to clean because you're not able to do it right now. If it's in between in a space because you can't, because it's not exactly the way you want it. Anyway, let me know when you comment on this video what your in between is, what you're having to adapt and embrace and be okay with. Bye, Michelle. Good luck with your video editing. Thank you so much for coming. I love you, friend. And everybody go watch my Everyday Wife Life because she is amazing. Michelle is awesome. You know, and she has chronic health issues too, so. But she's a go-getter. She gets a lot done. Michelle is impressive. She's just really impressive. Yes. Hugs. So yes. Well, mind is starting to phase. Yeah. So embrace in between, embrace things not being perfect. Like I wasn't able to get, like I use a shower chair in the shower because of my health issues, and for like the first little bit of living here, I wasn't able to get a shower chair. It took me a while to get it. Oh, you're welcome, Michelle. It took me a while to get it. So, because taking a shower isn't really safe for me until I have a shower chair, what I would do is I embraced the in-between and I used a washcloth, and this may be TMI, but I sponge bathed. I'm not sure if it's okay to see on YouTube, but it's life. It's my reality. Instead of stepping in the shower and risking falling, I sponge bathed. I used a soapy cloth and a wet cloth and cleaned myself that way. Stick my head over the shower, use my removable shower head, to wash my hair. It's sometimes you just gotta get creative. So hopefully I don't get dinged on YouTube for this, but it's chronic illness, like people, and it's just the reality. I have a shower chair now, which is great. It makes showering a lot easier. But there was that, once again, in placing that in between of not having a shower not being safe for me to use without hurting myself, and you know, finding another way to bathe, finding another way to get clean. I feel like I should not end on that topic. It feels a little weird to end it after talking about that. But honestly, my brain's done and I am drawing a blank. So, actually, if you're in the chat, if there's anything you want to talk about, I'm in. We can talk. But know that the topic of this live is now done. So whatever we talk about from now on is, if you have any thoughts on the topic, or if you just want to chat, I'm here. If you need to go, that also makes sense. But yes, but please comment. Please comment on if you have any, if you're in an in-between, if you have anything that you're adapting to right now. I would love to hear it. I would love to know. It's oh my gosh, I am so yeah, definitely gonna need another coffee today for sure. Another thing that I've done to kind of embrace the in between is I normally drink and use only like filtered water because my body is picky and I have not been able to get a water filter or a Brita filter pitcher or anything like that yet, because that's just not something I have the money for yet. So I've been doing what seems to be common here and just drinking bottled water, which I normally don't do. One, because plastic can leach and that can cause allergy issues, and also it's just the eco side of me doesn't like the idea of going through a bunch of plastic bottles. But it's in between, and doing bottled water is better than doing tap. Because of some health issues. Sometimes my body does have an issue with water. It's weird to say that sometimes your body doesn't like water, but mine doesn't. Which is why I normally get a filter, defiltered water, and use it for cooking and drinking and all that, because tap water I risk having a reaction to. Bottled water I can risk having a reaction to. It's tricky. So right now we are embracing that in between of not having filtered water and having to use bottled water like everybody else. It just means I drink more milk, I drink more coffee, drink light lemonade, stuff like that, because I need the liquids, I need the hydration, but I don't drink soda, and I don't drink energy drinks and that sort of stuff. So those are my thoughts. So just know that my voice being weird, where my body is right now, it's not me being sick, it is allergies. So I am okay. My allergies just being particularly ridiculous right now. But they are much, much better than they were this weekend. I can actually breathe through my nose. So yay, me. But I think I'm going to end this live here and get myself more coffee and go relax. And I believe my next, let's see what, it's the middle of the month right now, almost the middle of the month. So my next video will be a Tiny Tidy Tuesday. But just know, if you're new to my channel, that where I'm living, I can only film my room and, well, I would film my bathroom, but it's too small. There's just no way to get a good angle filming the bathroom. It's too tight a space. I might be able to film cleaning the bathroom vanity. I might be able to get a good angle that way. But to film the bathroom cleaning, it's too tight of a space. So just know that whatever tiny tidies I do, whatever videos I do, will just be me filming the bedroom. And they're gonna be, short from here on out, because I live very, very minimal. So there's just not a lot to manage. There's not a lot to clean. And I will say that if you have health issues, or if you're having, whatever, being minimal helps you be able to, keep up on your stuff easier and longer. So that's always a good thing. Anyway, Ashley from Her Homemaking Heart, Michelle from My Everyday Life, and Melinda from Melinda Plain and Simple. Thank you for chatting with me while I did this live. Thank you to everybody else who watched the live while it's been going on. I look forward to everybody's comments. And I'm going to go rest, and I should have a tiny tidy for you. I'm planning on filming that this week. So Tuesday should be a tiny tidy. Have a good day, everybody.